Good evening. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to thank and welcome all of those in attendance today for your support of our armed forces. We are gathered here today to celebrate an initiative that started about 8 years ago through the generosity of Mr. Robert and Carol Steen, which are great community members here. Robert and Carol started this program about 8 years ago as they graciously opened up their hearts and their homes to the Marines during Thanksgiving, working with the Single Marines program at Camp Lejeune and Camp Johnson. Through the numerous years of their efforts, after the first year or so, a lot of our members were like, man, you guys are having such a great time with this. How can we get involved? And thus the program has virtually expanded every year since then. Over the last 4 years or so, the program has expanded as more residents are hosting more Marines, donating money, offsetting breakfast costs, and more importantly, volunteering and coordinating the overall efforts. This past Thanksgiving, River Landing once again opened up our hearts and our doors to our Marines of the Single Marines program. We hosted 115 Marines and sailors from Camp Johnson. This year's success of the program can be attributed to our membership, our volunteers, our volunteer group organized by Mr. Tom DeSantis and Mr. Jack Carver, and the partnership and the numerous partnerships we have created with great companies like Food Lion, Bojangles, the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department, the Duplin County Sheriff's Department, and the numerous bike riding groups that donate their time on Thanksgiving, and so many more. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would give these organizations a great round of applause. Thank you so much for coming out here tonight and supporting the armed forces. We look forward to this event every single year. I know several years ago, membership were like, when are we going to bring this back? Well, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep doing this for a long time. The support in this room definitely shows that, and we also have the support from the Murphy family. So we'd like to thank the Murphy family for allowing us to do this as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the commanding officer of Camp Johnson, Colonel David Jones.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? I apologize. I am fighting a little bit of a cold, so hopefully my voice holds up tonight. I almost feel like I'm running for office. I mean, everybody's a packed house here. Okay, once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, residents of the River Landing community, representatives from Bojangles, Food Line, the Duplin County Sheriff's Office, the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department, as well as numerous motorcycle riders who led the way for our Marines and sailors on a very cold and wet November morning. I remember that morning distinctly. It was very blustery wind, and the Marines were out very early coming out there, but there was an excitement in the air watching them. A lot of them had seen the videos of River Landing. They heard, hey, this is what's going to happen. And you could definitely see as you looked at their faces, the little bit of excitement, unsure what they're going to get into, unsure of what's going to be at the other end of the bus ride. But I can tell you that they were very ecstatic to come. As introduced by Cam, my name is Colonel David Jones, the Commanding Officer for Marine Combat Service Support Schools and Area Commander for Camp Johnson. If you're unfamiliar with the Camp Johnson, it is part of the Camp Lejeune, North Carolina area bases. It's a very small base off of the main base. My senior enlisted advisor, Sergeant Major Robinson, who's sitting on the front row, and I are extremely happy to be here this evening, and thank you very much for the warm reception. Both Sergeant Major Robinson and I thought it was extremely important to come down here and thank you face to face, and I really mean that. It's wonderful to see a house full packed of people who care. And I don't just mean that, by opening up your homes or anything, but I mean care from the heart, because that's truly where caring comes from. It doesn't matter if it's a kind word or if it's just a gesture. But what all of you did today was spectacular. And if I may, I'd like to give you all a round of applause. Thank you. The Sergeant Major and I, along with the Marines, sailors, and civilians of Camp Johnson, join me in thanking each and every one of you for your kindness and generosity. This past Thanksgiving, you not only took care of our young Marines and sailors by opening your homes, but you opened your hearts to each and every one of them by making them feel welcome within your home. Your unselfishness, compassion, and national patriotism has touched each and every one of us. I would also like to personally thank Food Line and the representatives Don Hess, John Monfort, Jessica Hatcher, and Joe Stock, Bojangles and the representatives, Ashley Nero, Julie Ewell, Sakura Beatty, and Edward Chestnut, the Duplin County Sheriff's Department, represented by Mr. Bobby Davenport, and the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department. On behalf of Camp Johnson, I would like to present Food Line, Bojangles, the Duplin County Sheriff's Department, and the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department with certificates of appreciation for all of you for what you've done for Marines and sailors for your support on Thanksgiving. So if you could please join me. For Food Line. Thank you. Bojangles. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Duplin County Sheriff's Department. And the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department.
We get everybody else to come up one more time too. Take another photo. Thank you, gentlemen. Yes, sir. Food Line, and then we'll go down, and then we'll go one at a time. Thank you. Bojangles. You want to go to the right a little bit, and then podium to the center. Thanks. Thanks.
Wow.
This is before we turn to the right.
And now for the River Landing community. The national flag of the United States of America is the most powerful symbol of liberty, freedom, and democracy in the world. But to an American, our flag is much more than that. It is a symbolic representation of all the values that we hold sacred. It binds us together as citizens of this great nation. Our flag honors those who have fought to protect it and honors those who we hold dear. It is also a reminder of the sacrifice of our nation's Marines, sailors, soldiers, and airmen. As the ultimate icon of America, our national ensign represents the very best of this nation. It unites us all as one. Therefore, the Sergeant Major and I, along with all of the Camp Johnson personnel, feel that it is equally symbolic and very fitting that we share the national ensign that flew over our command headquarters building with you, our friends of River Landing, to unite both communities together. And so, on behalf of the community of Camp Johnson, I would like to present our command's national ensign to the community of River Landing with grateful appreciation for your kindness and patriotism. And I hope that each and every time you look at this, you'll remember our gratefulness for what you do on a daily basis and for supporting us. Thank you, and Semper Fidelis.
Get this back to my level, my height. Wow. The emotions that I'm experiencing right now are unparalleled of anything that I've done in my life. You know, this is not just an award for for River Landing. It's not just an award for Food Line. It's not just an award for the Northeast Volunteer Fire Department. It's an award for Duplin County, and more importantly, to showcase our commitment to our armed forces. So ladies and gentlemen in this audience, please give yourself a hand right now. I'd like to also thank one very special person in this audience, and she's probably going to shoot me for doing this way. I think it's very important. This year, our Marines came to River Landing with an idea of exactly what they're going to anticipate and what was going to happen to them as soon as they got off the bus. And without the conduit of Susan Goodrich, Susan, could you please stand up for a second? Susan is an unbelievable individual, one of immense patriotism, and her dedication to her craft is unparalleled. Susan and I worked together with Jack, Tom, and our leadership team, and she allowed us to come up to Camp Johnson, Camp Lejeune, and showcase the video, and then send it out to about every other military base in the country, showing exactly what true community activism is all about. And I'd like to again thank Susan for that opportunity. That opportunity allowed us and the leadership at Camp Johnson and Camp Lejeune to really, again, inform all the Marines of all the activities and that they know that they have a home here at River Landing. So, Susan, thank you for that opportunity. The leadership at Camp Lejeune, Sergeant Major, Colonel, I cannot thank you enough. This will be prominently displayed in the River Landing Clubhouse until, well, it'll be eternity. This building, as we all know, is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere fast. It will be displayed prominently. We'll make sure it's something that all of our members truly appreciate. We appreciate your time and dedication, taking out of your busy schedule, and protecting our nation to come here and spend this time with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this program is now concluded for tonight. Those who have dinner reservations, we'll see you at dinner. Those who do not, please make them now. It's going to be a busy night at the club. So anyway, this is a celebration. You should all be proud of what you've achieved. You should all be proud to work with all these great companies that we work here in Duplin County. And hopefully this will get those that haven't hosted a Marine yet to host more Marines. We would like to expand this program for many years to come.
Thank you, Cam.
Thank you.